Welcome back, and we'll finish out the rest of the credit right now with this problem here, finding the volume of a prism with a cylinder hollowed out. So this one's going to be a little different, or we're actually going to be, since the cylinder is hollowing out the other shape, we're going to be subtracting these two for no other reason other than it's hollowing out. So we're kind of taking away the cylinder from the volume of the prism. So we're going to do this first step, which is to find the volume of the first figure. In this case, we're going to find the volume of the prism around it. It's kind of like this four-sided shape here, a slanted box, if you will. So we're going to put our height of 25 here. Area of our base, since it's a rectangle, kind of. We're going to use those two numbers to kind of find the area of our base. So take a moment right now and go ahead and calculate the volume of the first figure. And unpause. Hopefully you calculated it out and found that it's, ooh, that's a big number, 1,800 Wow. All right, we're going to find the volume of our second figure, in this case our cylinder. So the height's still going to be, this height's going to be about 30, since our cylinder's about that tall. The area of our base, since our base is a circle, we're going to use the area of our base here. Now notice that they did give us 8 as our diameter, kind of goes from end to end. If 8 is the diameter, what would be the radius? What's half of 8? About 4. So we'll go ahead and calculate what's 4 squared. 4 times 4. Notice how I'm still bringing down my pi and 30. That would be 16. 16 times 30 would be, let's multiply the number of parts. What would 16 times 30 be? 480. So we could leave it like this, but I think in this time, since we are going to be subtracting this volume from that volume, it might be best in our best interest to actually multiply 480 times 3.14. Take a moment and go ahead and calculate that out. That would be about 1,507.96. Again, this is an estimate. So what we're going to do, since it's hollowed out, we're going to subtract the volumes. Let's go ahead and take that first number, subtract it from the second number, and what would you get there? About 17,242.04. All right, so a pipe consists of two concentric cylinders with the inner cylinder hollowed out. Describe how you would or could calculate the volume of the solid pipe. Hint, look back at the problem we just did. Essentially, each of the steps we just did was we found the volume of one figure, we found the volume of a second figure, and we subtracted those volumes. So essentially, we did all 3 steps in the last problem. Here, we just would like you to write a few sentences as to what you would do or what you did do in the last problem. And finally, checkpoint. Some students found it helpful to kind of separate out both the prisms from each other. So I kind of took out this rectangular box out from the middle, and I kind of pieced together both parts of this cylinder together here, if it helps. Just note that I don't provide any much more support other than that. I want to see if you're able to choose the right area for base, if you're able to calculate the volumes on their own. I will say once you've kind of calculated both volumes, make sure you add the volumes together. If you're wondering, when do I add and when do I subtract? Whenever the shapes seem to be kind of attached to each other, much like this one is, we're going to add. Whereas when we're hollowing something out where one shape is within another, much like you see here, we'll subtract. They also use the word hollowed out sometimes in those hollowed out. Now that we've finished the checkpoint, feel free to go ahead and do the homework. It's from your textbook. There are a couple questions from your textbook. Like number 1, we're just asking you to match which shape goes with which volume formula. For numbers 2 and 3, you'll see that we ask you to find the volume for each of these shapes. And there's some support provided on screen. For number 6 and 7, again, finding the volume of each of these shapes. For number 9, it's a composite figure, so I would maybe find the volume of the first shape and the second shape. Again, there's some support provided for you, so you know which one to kind of use as far as area formula. And number 11, we're finding the volume of 1, 2, 3 different shapes and adding those together. And that's it. If you have any questions at all on any of the questions, either from the homework or from the checkpoint, please come into the center. We're more than happy to help you. We've got teachers and tutors who want to see you be successful in Geometry B Credit 4. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video.